There are dozens of motivational speakers on tour today, but they are not all created equal. Some are good, while others are better, but only a few are described as the best. I'd like you to meet one of the best, Mr. James Parker. James has been motivating, training, and teaching for the past 10 years. He's a powerhouse, a walking stick of dynamite. His energy is explosive and contagious. James will captivate you as he magically mixes humor with his common sense approach to managing life's challenges. James has been associated with the Zig Ziglar Corporation and has traveled the world delivering motivational presentations and seminars. Once you hear him speak, your life will never be the same. His words will challenge your thinking while motivating and inspiring you to new heights. Ladies and gentlemen, James Parker.
Make it happen.
The next point I want to say, if we're going to make it happen, we've got to learn how to manage change. No matter who you are and where you are, the only thing constant in the times that we're living in is change. If it's not one thing, it can be another. You're either in a problem, you either just got out of a problem, or you're about to get into a problem. It's always something that's trying to yank the rug from with under your feet. Now, the problem with change is that so many people react to change instead of responding to change. If you're sick and you go to the doctor and the doctor gives you medication and you react to it, that's bad. But if your body responds to it, that's good. When it comes to change, a boy and a girl was climbing up a mountain. The girl said to the boy, "Now I thought you said there was a smooth path to this mountain. All I see is a bunch of rocks and a bunch of bumps." The boy said to her, "It's the bumps that help you climb the mountain." How many of us realize today if we never had a problem, we'd never know that we could solve them? It's the storms that shake our nests that teach us how to fly. Two men looked out from prison bars. One saw mud, the other saw stars. So when it comes to dealing with change, the way to deal with change, some people, when change comes, they become mean. They become angry. They become bitter. When some great plan gets sidetracked, some great a situation in their life goes to the left or right, they want to withdraw and become introvert. But we have to learn that when we have hatred and bitterness in our hearts, hatred and bitterness is not like acid. It does more to the vessel in which it is stored than the object on which it is poured. How many of us have been mad before at somebody else because what they've done to us, and we're drinking Pepto-Bismol at 12 o'clock at night? So we can't deal with change that way. The second way that people try to deal with change after becoming mean and bitter, a lot of people become introvert. When they can't have their way, they want to be alone. Just leave me by myself. Let me sleep it off. I don't want to do it. The problem with these people, they fail to realize change is part of the normal scenery of life. Like the ever-flowing waters of the river, life has moments of flood and it has moments of drought. Like the ever-changing cycle of the season, life has the piercing chill of winter and the smoothing warmth of summer. And if you think life will always be summer and spring, just keep living. And if you don't have any problems today, just wait a while. Something will come your way. When it comes to managing change, a man had a beautiful home on the edge of a river, and he really loved that home, but he had it fixed up so beautifully. But one day, it began to rain, and the rain came all the way down to the edge of his basement, and it seeped into his basement where he was raising some chickens. So early the next morning, he went up to his landlord. He said, "Landlord, I'm going to move." The landlord said, "Move? I thought you loved that house." He said, "I do love this house, but it's so situated, it drowned all my chickens." She said, "Why don't you try ducks this time?" And that's the way we have to deal with change. Sometimes we have to try ducks. We have to try something different, because if we keep doing what we're doing, we'll keep getting what we're getting. I read a story in a Knoxville newspaper one day about two similar incidents, two similar experiences, but the people responded and reacted in totally opposite ways. On page 4 in that newspaper, a man had been jilted by his girlfriend. That's when you go to the altar to get married and they don't show up. And, he was heartbreaking, and he went to the Henley Bridge in Knoxville and he wrote a suicide note. He said, "To whom it may concern, I don't feel that nobody loves me. And the woman that I love most of all, she just jilted me. Therefore, I'm going to jump." But on the very next page in that same newspaper, another man had been jilted by his girlfriend. He was heartbroken. He was bewildered, but he went into a room and he started thinking about that. And he wrote a song called Goodnight Irene and wound up making $75,000 off of that song. So when change comes, don't jump, produce a song. Go somewhere and use that change to add new height to your stature. It's usually those changes in life when God is trying to speak clearest to us of what he wants us to do. The storms that shake your nest are not designed to make you bitter, but they're designed to make you better. So when change comes, don't go looking for tranquilizers. Find the stabilizer. When change comes, don't look at what you've lost. Look at what you've got left. When change comes, don't be bitter. Use it to become better. And you will discover that in every change in your life, there is something good. And the beautiful thing about trouble never leaves you where it left you. Either it's going to draw you or it's going to drive you. Either it's going to be something to help you become more closer or less closer. So let's use that change to make it happen.
What you want, you're gonna make it happen. Make it happen. And if you're getting on your knees at night and pray to the Lord, he's gonna make it happen. Make it